twin dipsticks, anyone? Yeah, sitting there like that. Weird. Someone must have really fucked up. Yeah, so anyway, I spent a little bit cleaning up this inspection plate and my bolts to my torque converter. I still have to get the right spec. I could look in other places in that manual, but it really doesn't specifically say one. It says 28 foot-pounds for all bolts, but I'm thinking that's for the belt housing anyway. So I'll have to look that up and make sure I get that right. And, you know, you gotta use Loctite on those for certain. You know, you don't want that loosening up on you, because that will totally wreck everything if they loosen up on you. But anyway, the purpose of this little video is a moment of truth to see if you did it right or not. I got my camera on. So anyway, you see my torque converter, it's blue. And as you can see, this is one of the bolts that holds it. That is not the hole, obviously. The hole's right here, so I'm kind of off on the alignment, but that should be alright. I can get this figured out after much trial and error, at least. One thing you need to check before you really get too far with anything else is make sure you have this thing installed to your engine properly. And what you need is it to move. Now, I put that bolt there just to give me more leverage, otherwise I can try the starter hole, which I couldn't do until I got more leverage and kind of got it a little bit moving just to kind of loosen up, but you can see how I can move it. That needs to happen. Now, if it doesn't move, you can't move it, and then you put, you know, a wrench on your crankshaft and turn your engine over, and it moves the torque converter with it. I've got bad news for you. You gotta undo everything because the transmission is either somehow too far up against the block, you know, maybe you're missing your inspection shields or something, or your torque converter isn't in all the way, or maybe you got some kind of mix match part problem. But anyway, yeah, that's a big moment of truth, and honestly, if that was gonna be a problem, which I thought it was because I couldn't move it, my hands in here for a while, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna tow this to a shop because fuck that, I'm not taking it out again. But yeah, it moved, so now you just need to get it aligned with the holes, and it only goes in one way. And I know that bolt hole, that little hole is, from memory, is up around there, and I put the circle on the torque converter down here, so it must be close at least. So there's that. And yeah, I found out those are 30 foot-pounds. I'll double check that again. I was looking for those too, and I couldn't find a spec on that. Get my wiring hooked around the transmission. Probably should have done that beforehand, but I don't think it'd be too bad. And get those connections up there all hooked up. Get my rubber hose on that. I'll see about taking an air hose and blowing it out, maybe. Yeah. And that's it. That light's blinding. Well, guys, I think I got the torque converter finally lined up. It took me a bunch of tries. I guess I was kind of way off, but yeah, just keep trying different holes and different methods, and yeah. I got put in one more, but I think that might be as far as I'll go with that, because I need to get the right torque spec for that. Then once I do, I gotta bring them all out, put some Loctite on them, and then get them down finger tight all around, spin them around, try to get it quickly done, and then evenly tightening them down, meaning go star pattern, I figure. So tighten one down a bit, turn the engine over until I see one, go past that, see the other one, get that one tightened down a bit. That's what at least makes sense in my mind, at least. Just make sure it's evenly tightened down. It is a flex plate though, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But I'll just tighten it down evenly anyway. And then I'll get those cross member bolts. I'll undo those nuts I have on there right now. Put some Loctite on those and then torque them up because I don't want a cross member dropping on me. And I'll do the same for the transfer case nuts and bolts when I get that in there. I actually had a friend on Facebook who had his completely fall out of his truck going down the road. Not sure how that happened, but that's enough of a story for me to put some Loctite on that. Because that would be a frightening experience, I guess. But anyway, it's coming along good. And that's something I notice. I watch my videos, I always exhale near the microphone. Like, so guys, we're going to... Maybe I should stop holding this near my face. Anyway, it's going good. That's about all I could say for now. Just a little update. Getting that thing in there. Alright, there. I was blowing out my line, as you can see. Got some of the fluid out. It's nice and red, of course, because it was leaking and I kept topping it off. But as I was doing it, you see my puddle over here, and then you see this little spot here. Now, I'm going to take my arrows, and, well, I wish I could do this actually, one-handed, but, well, maybe I could. No, this is going to be too hard. I was going to try and show you guys what the leak looked like. It's a small one for now, but, you know, most of the line's empty. Here, try to get this under my band. Well, nothing's coming out now. Doesn't look like anyway. But right about where that corner is, on that inside line, right here, yeah, right there, it was bubbling up and causing a slow leak, and feeling up there, at least it feels like there is actually a nick in the line. I think it was rubbing it up against something, because this isn't up all the way as it would be. It'd normally be sitting up around like that. So I think it's been rubbing on my pan and my differential bracket, maybe even that bolt a little bit. This inside one feels alright, but I mean the outside one feels alright. It's just the inside one. I felt a groove in there. Let me switch hands. Right there. You can't see it, but you can definitely see my finger getting in the wedge. So it's definitely a problem. I could probably... No, I can't. I can't get my camera in there. Get a look for it myself, but that's definitely an issue. I could probably undo this clamp, maybe. And yeah, if I do replace the line, I'll have to think about a way to keep it from rubbing, I guess. I can't really undo that clamp with my hand. But yeah, that kind of blows. Just another area for it to be leaking, obviously. Shoot. But yeah, I'll probably have to cut the whole line and get more hose, Napa or something. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Oh well. But yeah, a little nick in the line, and I'll probably have to see about playing with zip ties or something. Keep it from rupturing another hose or line. Anyway, I guess I could finish up getting this linkage. Like, here's a kick down rod. I think that pretty much just tells the transmission to shift down when you full throttle it. Goes that loose right here. That's my shifter. Electrical plug, I already got that plugged in. And that's it. And of course the cooler lines. And then I got vacuum lines hanging on the back for the transfer case. So yeah, I guess I could just mess around with those for a while.